instruments ready?
Yes, we have.
I, Thomas Tayebwa, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will at all times well and truly serve the Republic of Uganda in the office of the Deputy Speaker, and that I will support and uphold the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda as by law established. So help me God.
The Deputy Speaker of Parliament, appending his signature, as is clearly stated in Article 82.10 of the Constitution, and the Oath Act in Chapter 19 of the laws of Uganda. So His Excellency is now going to hand over the mace, the instrument of power, to the Deputy Speaker, to be followed by the Uganda flag. Parliament is a custodian of the Uganda flag, and this will be followed by the coat of arms. And after the coat of arms, we shall have the Constitution, and that will be followed by the rules of procedure of Parliament. And finally, the ceremonial robes of the Deputy Speaker of Parliament. So the senior officials from Parliament will now robe the Deputy Speaker, and he will have been fully empowered to run the affairs of Parliament as the Deputy Speaker of the 12th Parliament of the Republic of Uganda. Now that Parliament is fully constituted, as the Speaker comes back to his chair, I will quickly inform you that business will start tomorrow with the orientation of members of Parliament. Orientation will be at Parliament, so please ensure that tomorrow you are there for the start of this orientation. A few more announcements will be made after.
Item number 18, remarks by the Deputy Speaker of Parliament.
Your Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, the Right Honourable Speaker of Parliament, Your Lordship, the Chief Justice, honourable colleagues, members of Parliament, the clerk and staff of Parliament, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency and honourable members, I congratulate you and honourable colleagues on your election and thank the people of Uganda for the trust they have put in you to lead. I also take this opportunity to congratulate my senior brother, the Right Honourable Jacob Maxons Oboth, on your election to the position of Speaker of the 12th Parliament. Today, I stand before you with a heart full of gratitude, humility, and renewed resolve. I'm deeply honored by the trust and confidence you have once again placed in me by electing me to serve as Deputy Speaker of the 12th Parliament of Uganda. I thank you, and I thank you, honourable colleagues. I wish to extend my sincere appreciation to Your Excellency the President for your enduring leadership, guidance, and trust. You have often reminded us that leadership is about service to the people, not service to oneself. That principle remains our enduring call as the legislative of the Patriotic League of Uganda and our dear chairman, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba. I will forever be indebted for you stood strongly by my side. I'm equally and humbly grateful to my constituents, the people of Ruhinda North, whose unwavering belief and support continue to inspire me to serve with dedication and humility. Without your support, I wouldn't be here as a Deputy Speaker. To my family, especially my dear wife, Anita Tayebwa, and our son, Timothy Rwanda Mayonza, I want to thank you for the sacrifices you've made, for your love and your steadfast support. Public service demands very much, and your social support has been my anchor in whatever I do. You give me an inspiration to work hard every day with fairness, humility, and commitment, so that together we can strengthen Parliament, deepen democracy, and advance the aspirations of our people. As the Deputy Speaker, it is my duty to support the vision of my elder brother, Right Honourable Jacob Oboth, the Speaker of Parliament. If I may tell you this, he has been my unofficial advisor. Now I'm going to be his quiet advisor as a deputy. I can't state my plans beyond what, Right Honourable, you have stated. In me, I promise you that you have a deputy who will not only support but also advise you whenever necessary or called upon. To my colleagues in the opposition and all of you honourable members, in all of us, if all of us have the same mission to get our people out of poverty, you will find in me a deputy speaker to work with. If our mission is to transform our country in a bipartisan manner, you will find me a speaker you will easily work with. Let us focus, as our President has advised us, on the issue of what the 12th Parliament, everyone should be able to say, we appreciate the work you're doing. May God bless you all, and may God bless Uganda, for God and my country.
Right Honourable Speaker, sir, I request you to invite His Excellency the President to make his remarks. Right Honourable Speaker.
Your Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, I take this singular honor to invite you to address this Parliament.
The Right Honourable Speaker of Parliament, whom the members have just elected, the Right Honourable Deputy Speaker, who has similarly been just elected, His Lordship the Chief Justice, the Honourable Members of Parliament, and all the invited guests. First of all, I congratulate you, the Right Honourable Speaker, and the Deputy Speaker for being elected. Congratulations. And I thank the members of Parliament for carrying out their mandate peacefully and transparently. Thank you so much. I was last in a court of law 70 years ago, in 1956. And the offense I had committed was the offense of Okwonesa. I was looking after our cows, and some boys were playing football, so I joined them for just a few minutes. And the cows went in somebody's garden. And by the time I went there, they were really feeding on the millet of the man. So I was taken to court. And before I went to court, my father advised me that when you go to court, you say, you plead guilty. If you plead guilty, they will be lenient to you. That was the last time I was in court, 70 years ago. So I was very amused today when I heard the CJ deciding the case which was brought by the Speaker. Also decided it very, very wisely, and I was interested. I was just watching and enjoying. But I remain with one grievance: the way the CJ blacklisted one of my votes, because somebody had written, or both Tayewa. Yes, Tayewa was not being voted on, but it was clear that the man wanted to vote for Obo, knew what he wanted. So once the CJ has decided, I have nowhere to appeal. So I'm just mourning now. Now, with the NRM people, sometimes the NRM people do not understand the issue of broadening support. When I was sitting, something there. So, you can see my strategy of making a big alarm for many people to come and join. The 372 have been joined by others. That's how we got 441 for Honorable both and 457 for Tayewa. It is the NRM plus the independents plus some good opposition people. We shall sort it out with the allies. Now I congratulate all of you, the leaders. But this time, I'll have to be very, very, very clear to everybody. I have been involved in fighting for Uganda's future for the last 65 years. Started in 1960 when I was in the middle school. I was already active. In all these years, we have evolved answers for our people, which help them. I started in the cattle corridor area, the Nyabushozi area. And if you go to the cattle corridor, and in the 1996 manifesto, we introduced the 4 acres model. Each of the MPs should get those 2 booklets. One booklet called From Wirza to Matafari, how in the cattle corridor we were able to help people move from grass-thatched houses to permanent buildings. And then the other booklet entitled 4 sectors and 7 activities. This was in the manifesto of 1996. This is 30 years ago. And immediately after, we introduced interest-free capital in the form of entandikwa, being given out at the sub-county level. Now, all these years, we have been introducing programs for the poor people. And those who listen do very well. Show this wonderful parliament, my friend from Karamoja, the one who benefited from the Operation Wealth Creation. Let's see that man of Karamoja.
I am a model farmer in Abim district. My village here is called Arangetoy West. Arangetoy Parish, Abuk Town Council, Abim district in Karamoja. The mango trees you are seeing here were given to me by the president through Operation Wealth Creation. I received 200 mango seedlings and I planted all, and they are all doing well. Apart from this venture, I got money from PDM last year. I got 880,000. And I used 800,000 for buying 10 goats. And the goats are there. They have multiplied. They are now 16. Part of the money of PDM I used for buying cassava stems. Through that money, I've managed to plant 2 acres of cassava. They are now doing well. The first acre I intend to harvest next year in January. Then for the mangoes, you are seeing, I started harvesting last year in 2023. The first harvest, I got 6 million. That was in, these mangoes are very good. The mangoes, trees you are seeing here, are giving me money, a lot of money. And I want to thank His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, Kaguta Museveni, for coming up with the idea of Operation Wealth Creation in the country. This is money. I am not going to suffer. My children will not suffer because of this wealth. I call it wealth now. I always harvest. I don't harvest mango. I harvest money, not mangoes. So I want to thank our president so much. And next year, if all goes well, I expect to get 18 million first harvest. And then second harvest, I also expect to get 18 million next year, 2025. So altogether, I expect to get 36 million shillings.
Now, that is the testimony of somebody from Abim. more than 500 miles from here, who got materials, planting materials, and some money from two of those programs. He first got from Operation Wealth Creation, got seedlings. Now from PDM he got money for cassava and for goats. Now, where we are, after 60 years, 65 years of trying to move our people, I'm in a position to really be very rough with people who want a level of leadership but don't care about the people they lead. In the past, I've been polite. I talk as if I'm a preacher, like John the Baptist. Please, 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 please. But now, as President of Uganda and Chairman of the NRM, I will be very, 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 very rough with people who want titles but don't want to help, who betray the people they lead. Why? Because I have already laid a trap for all of those people. I have put money through government programs by begging and begging all these big people, parliament, what? We have got programs on the ground. As I speak now, in every parish, there is 800 million shillings low-cost capital in each parish. 800 million. 500 million new money and 300 million which should have been returned in the third year. So there is 800 million per parish now and per ward in Uganda. So if you say you are a leader, minister, member of parliament of the NRM, the opposition, I can't control them. They can do their own things. But for the NRM ones, I really demand that you go back to these parishes and you say, where is the 800 million? It should have covered 800 families now per parish. And in the manifesto, we are going to increase the money. We are going to make it 200 million now per year instead of 100 million. So therefore, as of now, if all of you do your work, when you go back, call all those wonderful parish chiefs and demand data on what has been happening in each parish and each ward, because in the rural areas, it is the parishes, in the towns, it is the wards. So very soon we shall, if we start in this Kisanja, if we add 200 million per year, that will be 1 billion additional money in 5 years, then plus what will be brought back in 5 years will be 600 million. So we will be having more than 2 billion in each parish by the end of this Kisanya. So therefore, I don't want to hear that there is poverty in a homestead which has not accessed this money if they have the land. I demand this. And anybody who is a minister, if I come to your area and I find that you have not done it, I will sack you. There is no need why. It is because I'm polite. I don't want to embarrass people. Ministers are mature people. You talk thinking that they will. But if people don't care about their own people, why should I care about them? For the ghetto people here in Kampala, Jinja, and other areas. This money must be used to deal with poverty and jobs, and there is also money for infrastructure. Money goes to the districts. Some of the people were arrested in many of the districts because the money for the roads was being diverted to do other things because of corruption. So therefore, Dubai in a desert. Dubai in a desert. Get jobs there. When here Paradise, we are here. Get jobs there. When here, paradise, we are here. Rain, everything is here. Why should people in the desert have more jobs than us? For the NRM people, I have shown.
Nze Wasangwa Johnson, Managing Director wa Jeka Poultry Farm. Jeka Poultry Farm eyaganibwa Bukwenge, Kamuli Municipality, Kamuli District. Mu 2007 twatandika obulunzi nga tutandikira mu kulunda, yayogera kulunda embidi, okulunda enkoko, byonna yabyogerako. Nze napikinga mu kyokulunda enkoko, natandika efaamu mu 2007 n'enkoko 5. Sawa dino wendogerera ku faamu kuno, tize mabega ntambwire. President yaida yankyalira mu 2010 nga nina enkoko 5,000 yasanuka ino. Sawa dino tutambwire tulina enkoko 30 tufulumya amagi etro 2,000 buli lunaku. Etro 2,000 divaamu milioni 2 buli lunaku. Omwezi diba milioni 6. Omwaka tuba tuli mu bilioni ze 6 n'ekitundu etuba tukolaki tuingiza. So tuwulirisa omulamu gwa president okuva ku kiseera ekyo twakati katukigiireko. President awaire musanufu ino ku bintu byenkoze era nga buli kaseera nkyekingako. Wendogerera kati tulina abakozi 300 betukozesa wano ku farm.
There you have the testimony of your own people. Basangwa started in 2007. After listening to my message as if it was a new one. Yet I had been giving that message from 1995. But because many of the leaders don't care to amplify that message, people get diverted. Gumara, Babera Mbirara, diverted in it. Now the other day people were telling me that they are inviting me. One of my people was inviting me that there's something called Arsenal. I said, what is Arsenal? That it is a European club of football, that I don't know they have done what? My friend, I don't celebrate. My friend, I don't celebrate. So please, okay, you can have your Arsenal, you can have those things, but start with the people, please. Start with your own people. How can you be celebrating European clubs when your people don't have? There is a Kagaru. Put a Pio there. Put a Pio.
Anya Pio Vicky. Aburi wan tin man na alingiri sel ti Banya Ward ti my town council ti Lira district.
Our name is Apio Vicky, a resident of Alingiri Cell, Banya Ward, Amach Town Council in Lira district.
Agam tiene me PDM yari ariepirwa adek.
She got the money for PDM in 2023.
La bong when tutumia piara beru and
970,000 and then 30,000 remained in the bank.
Atabino furu karachel ke nyuagi.
She planted maize.
Awelo nyuagi sacket sapara beach.
She bought maize 15 sackets.
Well met tutumia piara dek we are
30,000 each sacket.
Ate kelate furu for merigena deku dushu furu ekas a dek.
She used it, actually she planted it in 3 acres of land. Preparing the garden cost her 150 for the 3 acres. Weeding cost her 50,000.
Now to expedite the story of Apio, she got the 1 million of PDM. She had been married for 20 years. And she has got grown-up children who are teenagers, like 18 thereabout, whom I saw. In all those years, she had never handled 1 million shillings in her life. And when she got the 1 million, she did not even have the land, her own land. She went and rented land, 3 acres, from somebody, and grew maize. Then she harvested maize, sold it, got 2.8 million. And from the 2.8 million, some of it she put back in agriculture, and she bought those sheep which you see there. She's now a rich woman. When I went to campaign, she had now 60 sheep. She's a rich woman. Got out of poverty because of the 1 million. Last I will show you these stories. I don't know where you people, how you can live with such people with such poverty and you just there, I say no what? Your own people are living in poverty and you're meandering around.
Amazina mbanyita Tumusime Deserata omutuze wa Rubirizi district ate yimirira ndi omuseri ya Kizurugo nisima president wa Uganda ayatwire PDM nyo kurangine myaka nkaga nina nkatene chinda tungira haka bakatwe sente za PDM milioni na yayi mtwari binasiga account yanje na rete mitwaro 98 kuna icheraha na kwata emitwari 15 na gura makoko na yombeke bizui ati na gura mwagazi gwempunu guringaniri emitwaro 30 na garaka na gura bwana buringanire buti bubiri emitwaro 22 ati kuna maze kubuteko mu kizu na kwata na gura HTho na kaleka emitwaro 2 gumwe zabe emitwaro 2 na gura no butundu bale mbubo bubiri na butekaho na sigaza emitwaro 9 na gura mu bwachachu bwempunu kulya na tandikiraho ati kuna bena aliza nkazitunga ebiri 10 kwa 5 1223 kuna bena isha okwikumi omwagazi gwempuno go gwaringanira gwanda kuzampaya ebyo kulya byasanke byankwata byamburamu buno buna oguzira buno bubiro butobu nagira ntikambu guzende berre eje yagirenda nabuguze mitwaro ngala ngutukuza kurugamu kurunje kwa buri muntu ayine kikachewe nabuguze mitwaro 45 mbuguzire 40 na kwata mitwaro 30 na gureje mpuno inenda ebyo kulya chachu ati 15 za sigire na kwata mitwaro 10 na sasuro webati ebebe mpulebebe ate mitwaro 5 na zereza ya nyombe chire ati natanga kurebereje mpunu yekabwire bokuzara.
Now, to cut the long story of that woman, when I visited her, she was 64 years old in age, as she said in Runyankore. But in all those 64 years, she had never owned anything in her home. Put it back in Runyankore so that they hear the beginning. In Runyankore, just that part, the beginning.
Amazina mbanyita Tumusime Deserata omutuze wa Rubirizi district ate yimirira ndi omuseri ya Kizurugo nisima president wa Uganda ayatwire PDM nyo kurangine myaka nkaga nina nkatene chinda tungira haka.
Now That's the story now. You hear that. You hear that. Honorables, right honorable, all the excellence and all those. You hear that. I am 64 years old, but in all this time I had never owned anything in my life. Imagine. That's the story she told me. But there is also something she told me which is not captured. Because of poverty, the husband was in Kampala here. Tumsimo was there alone. But with the PDM, the husband came back. I fought the husband back there. So, Honorable, Right Honorable Speaker, Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, Excellency Vice President, Right Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable. Enough is enough. Every so-called leader must use the government program to eradicate poverty and create jobs. Jobs are created by wealth. Obugaga bwebuzala emirimo. Lonyo is the one producing teach. Teach comes from Lonyo. You cannot have teach without Lonyo, without wealth. So, watching you shaking hands, hugging, but these people, they know that there is Ebola. Me, I will not touch any of you. Sorry. Habari. Sibakwata konze. Ebola, fortunately, Ebola is not like Corona. Corona was very dangerous because it was spreading through breathing. Ebola doesn't go through breathing, but it goes. Ebola doesn't go through breathing, but it goes through contact, greeting, hugging. Why do you taking off hands and all this? And Corona, this Ebola first goes away. So, during the address of the nation, I will say more. For today, I congratulate everybody. I also congratulate the opposition for bringing their candidates. Apoyo Matek, Rubanga Coin. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for the wise counsel to us and to this Parliament. We really appreciate you taking out time to come and perform your constitutional obligation under Article 82 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. And now, before we close and do the anthems, I want to ask the Leader of Opposition to forward the names of those that can be appointed on Appointment Committee. The NRM side, they have already forwarded their names. We are checking for those from the opposition so that we can constitute that appointment committee. Your Excellency and my Lord the Chief Justice,